Hey, what's up? I'm Liz, this is Blitz DIY, and over here we have some blinking LEDs, and they're all blinking in different patterns, and I'm going to talk about why I have some blinking LEDs. So if you aren't aware of the YouTube channel Unexpected Maker, you should be. It's run by this dude Sion, who's a super nice guy, and he came up with the idea back in like May, I think, that there should be a maker badge challenge, meaning that whoever wanted to participate, and it was kind of just in this little group of electronics YouTubers that we all chat together. The idea that we'd all make like a little badge, not as intense as some of the stuff you see with like Badge Life and DEF CON, which are amazing, but just like a little something, a little blinky something, just to kind of see what you could make with really no limits besides it had to be on the small side, and it had to have some sort of electronic component, even if it just meant that like you 3D printed something and put like an LED on behind it or something like that. It just had to have something like that. So I personally took it as a challenge to do something that I'd never really done before. I got into electronics from the ground up with Arduino, and that was about 5 years ago, and I had literally never done anything with electronics before that. When I was growing up, I don't think I was even aware of like people doing electronics for fun. I had no idea. So I've never played with like a 555 timer, which is going right here, and like little LEDs and stuff like that. I've never done that. If I've blinked an LED, I've written a blink sketch in Arduino. Like I've just never done just straight up hardware electronics. So for the badge, I wanted to do that. That was a great opportunity to do that. And also, it was a great opportunity to do another PCB design, which I'm trying to get better at. I also, on top of that, I've been slowly trying to get into surface mount soldering and also design, and with this right here, I wanted it to be my first surface mount design as well. So a lot of firsts here, and that's why I think it took me so long, because I was kind of nervous going into it. Like it's scary when you do something so new. And so a couple people have made some. Sion, of course, made one. He made one that looks like his logo for Unexpected Maker, which is like a circular saw, and it's got LEDs all over it. David Watts also made one that called it the crap badge. It literally looks like a badge, like an award you would get, and that's kind of a homage to his crap clock project, which is really awesome. So everyone finished theirs on time. It was supposed to take place June, July, and of course now it's the end of August. But I've made some progress, so I wanna chat about it and also chat about the design and kind of like what I was thinking along with it. So we have a 555 timer here, but it's a special kind of 555. It's an LMC 555, which means that it can run on a super low current, and it can also run on 3.3 volts, which is important for a badge. So this is running right now on 3 volts, and also like the lowest ampage that I can get out of this breadboard power supply. This is actually Adafruit breadboard power supply. I'll link it down in the description. And it comes as like a kit that you can build. I did film some footage of putting this together, so I'll eventually put that up. It was just a simple little build. But basically, that's what's powering this right now. And then we've got 555, and then we're just we've got two LEDs that are just on. And then we have two LEDs that are kind of doing a really slow blink when they're on for a bit, and then they go off when these slowly blink up, and the whole cycle kind of goes like that. So I wanted to have the LEDs doing like multiple things. I didn't want them to all do the same thing, so that's why I have it kind of wired up like this, and I wanted it to all stay lit at some point too, so that's why I have two there. And now let's go to Eagle, where I've brought it in as a schematic and a board layout. So here's the schematic, which I know that you probably shouldn't do the schematic layout like this, but what can I say? So I increased it to 8 LEDs for the final design. And so what's happening here is these 4 LEDs are actually going to stay on, so they're the same as these 2 middle LEDs in the circuit, which might sound a bit boring, but I think when you see the final like kind of concept of what the badge gonna look like, it'll make a little bit more sense. And then these ones here that stay on for a little bit longer during the blink, they are connected to pins 4 and 3 on the 555, and that's these right here. These right here, they're the longer blink ones. And then these are the short blink ones, the ones that are up at the top here, and they are tied to pin 3 and pin 2 on the 555. And these 4 are tied to pin 4 and pin 1, just ground, so that's how they're staying on. And this cap is going to be a smaller value in the final design. That's just kind of what I was playing around with. But yeah, so in the circuit here, we've got like some kind of standard like 555 with the 1K resistor and the 10K resistor. We've got 220 resistors for the LEDs. And then we have the coin cell here in the circuit. So this is the schematic. And then if we switch over to the board layout, you can kind of see the concept, add a little bit. A lot of the guys, like, they were kind of doing designs around their channel. I mentioned like Sion has logo. I don't have a logo. Probably, maybe I should, I don't know. But I decided to do kind of like a cityscape thing. So, and I drew this really crudely, just using the line tool in Eagle on the dimension layer, just to give the board outline. And then basically like the concept I was thinking with the blinking LEDs is that it's like city lights, right? And so that's why I'm having 4 stay on and the other 2 kind of like blink. So that's kind of the effect I'm going for. So yeah, it's very simple. Like it's a very simple design because I mean, as you can see, like most of them are going to be staying on. And then like they're just blinking a bit. Like this is not like high level stuff, but it should be fun. So this was the first board that I designed with 2 components on both sides. So that was pretty interesting. And you can kind of see the red is the front of the board and the blue is the back of the board. So on the front of the board, I just have the LEDs. That's all you'll see. And on the back, that's where I have the coin cell, the resistors, the cap, and the 555. And then for the silk screen, I didn't do anything crazy. I'd kind of thought like, oh, I also want to do some like PCB art, but that was getting a little bit too much. Like there's already a lot of like firsts happening here. And I did kind of mess around a bit with like Inkscape and stuff, and I was just failing super hard. So another time. But I did just put some like simple text. I called it Blitz Badge City. It's a Rev 1 because who knows how this is gonna go. And then I put the name of the challenge, the Maker Badge Challenge 2018. So yeah, and then the final thing I did is right in the middle like city tower here, I put a hole. And I put the hole so that like I can put it on like a lanyard or hang it on something. If I ever like sell them or give them out to people, they'll be able to like hang it somehow. So yeah. So I sent this off to Osh Park like 2 days ago. They should be back by like the beginning of September, and then we'll do another video where we solder it up and see if it works, which will be exciting. And that'll be another SMD soldering adventure. So, pretty excited about this. You know, I love learning new things and also like putting on the channel. So hopefully this goes well. If not, you know, I'm sure I will learn a lot on how to not do stuff. And like I know there's probably like better ways to design the board. Still learning, still doing stuff. But that's gonna do it for this video. Excited to see how the boards look first of all, and also it's about 2 inches square. So that'll be exciting, and putting all the components on and everything. Cool. So that's gonna do it for this video. If you liked it, toss me a thumbs up, leave any questions or comments down below. If the comments are PCB design related, please be, you know, a polite human. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing for more content like this, and until next time, this has been Blitz City DIY.